everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we are excited to bring you an inspiring story from one of our Amberscholar winners, Karan Krishnamurthy. Karan is from India and has been recognized for his incredible passion and dedication to biomedical sciences. He is the first runner-up for the September 2024 Amberscholar Scholarship, earning a $5,000 award to support his studies. His journey from Amity University in India to the University of Glasgow is truly inspiring, and we can't wait to dive deeper into his story and achievements. Let's get started.
Thank you so much, Yashasvi. Uh, Karan, congratulations once again on the well-deserved scholarship amount of $5,000. To start off, can you tell us what inspired you to pursue your academic journey from a bachelor's in biotechnology to now pursuing MCS in biomedical sciences at the University of Glasgow?
Right. So actually, I hadn't intended to pursue a bachelor's in biotechnology in the first place. I was on the medical track and I had appeared for the NEET exam, but just a few months prior to appearing for it, I had decided that it wasn't really for me. The years of hard work that it would take with all little to no payoff before you actually get into the field wasn't something that I felt was worth for me. But I found my calling in research and development. And I realized that the impact that I could create would be mine alone. And so biotechnology was, in fact, quite a popular field at the time when it comes to, commercializing the biological life sciences in order to, you know, help the public out at a mass scale. And that is what inspired me to enter the biotech field in the first place. Now that I've completed my undergraduation, I have realized that I want to enter a more clinical field, and that is why I chose to pursue a MSc in biomedical sciences at the University of Glasgow.
All right. I'm sure it was a battle to, even decide university considering you're moving from India to UK. So, if you have to help me understand, how did you even choose University of Glasgow? Like, what process did you go through?
So I performed the university selection process all on my own. I had two target countries in mind. I had also intended to go to Australia. However, upon doing some further research, I realized that I would do a lot better in the research environment that UK universities tend to provide, and the University of Glasgow specifically has a very good reputation in medicine and life sciences in general. So I knew that University of Glasgow would have been the perfect fit for my profile.
All right. Considering you had your degree selected, you went through your whole process of selecting that particular degree. You went across and selecting a country as well. If I have to understand, even UK comes with a lot of best universities. And how did you finalize that it is the University of Glasgow that actually you want to go ahead and apply to?
So this process is very individual because what the curriculum, as the curriculum has been designed by the university, right? You need to find the perfect fit for you. The choice of courses that the university has put out for you, you must resonate with them and you must feel confident in your selection that yes, these courses will help me in the future. They will help me get a good job or maybe boost my career further. And in order to understand a university's culture, its achievements and the environment that it provides to its students, the only way you can do this is by talking to its current students and its graduates. Networking thus becomes a very important factor in choosing the right university. If you fail to do so, you might not land at the perfect university for you.
All right, and like you said, right, you had to basically go through the curriculum, and you had to check how you could do when it comes to job availability after you're done with your course. Any specific 2 to 3 points that you can tell us that what stood out in the curriculum for University of Glasgow that helped you select this particular university?
The first thing that stood out for me was how flexible the university's curriculum was. So there is a selection of two types of courses. One is the core selection, which every student has to attend from the program, irrespective of who they are, where they come from, and what their preferences are. But then you have the option to select elective courses as well. And this will happen in semester two. So currently I'm in semester one. So this will happen for me a few months from now, and there I will get to decide which courses will be the best fit in order for me to find the job that I want in the field or in the discipline within biomedical sciences that I want. Secondly, apart from the flexible curriculum, I have had a few friends who currently study at the University of Glasgow. One friend, particularly, was my classmate back in undergraduate, and I had taken a year off in order to focus on my health. But she had continued her studies at the University of Glasgow, and she had highly recommended that the program would be a perfect fit for me based on how my profile was and how hard I had worked in my undergraduate years. Um, Last but not the least, I would also say that you also need to see what the university does for its students, right? So, University of Glasgow leaves no stone unturned in helping their students and graduates get the employability skills that they need in order to secure a high paying job and a very well respected job within the field. Sure, when you're studying, it might be a little bit more difficult for you, but it will be that much more rewarding in the long term. That is basically the higher education system in the UK. So all of these factors combined, I believe, were what made me confident in my choice to pursue this degree at the University of Glasgow.
Quickly to my next question. I think in the entire SOP that we read, right, research seemed to play a very major role when it came to your career. And I think you did mention that you want to get into research when it came to cancer and other fields as well. Could you share some of the key projects that you worked on, and particularly in areas like medicine and green nanotechnology, and how they've shaped your your academic career right now, and how would you use that for your professional goals as well?
Right. So let me just start off by saying that there are one of two pathways for graduates who are very much interested in research. They can either opt for academia or they can go into the industry. Right. So when you go into the industry, you're basically working at a company. And if you're in academia, you're working at a research institute, maybe a college or a university. So I was privileged to find a very good mentor who was willing to kind of take me under her wing and help me develop my research skills. And she was the one who introduced me to nanomedicine and green nanotechnology. So for the 4 months that I worked as a student research assistant under her tutelage, we basically uh, produced and published two projects that basically dealt with bioremediation. In other words, how we could control pollution in the environment with the help of, biological organisms, right? Specifically those that were involved at the nanoscale. And nanomedicine is something that deals with that exactly. It is a lot more efficient and is very eco-friendly as well. So it is all the more beneficial for us to explore what nanomedicine and green nanotechnology can do for us. And I believe that these two projects and this experience overall really helped us connect nanomedicine and green nanotechnology, with environmental biotechnology. And what we were able to achieve in the process was basically to inspire further research and work in these connected fields.
So yeah, I would really salute the person who actually took you under her wing and trained you apart from what all you knew already. And I think one of the standout research projects, right, that intrigued me as well when I went through your SOP was the process of repurposing the FDA approved drugs that were there to treat another disease that couldn't work out, but then you basically took that under your wing and tried to work on that as well. So how do you see that type of innovative research influencing the future of healthcare?
So this project was actually my undergraduate final year project. Once again, I had just been exploring, different fields within biotechnology during my undergraduate. And luckily, another professor had invited me to work with his team because this other professor with whom I had worked in nanotechnology, unfortunately, had completely filled up the number of students that she could take for her project. And so the idea was to basically sidestep the drug design and discovery pipeline because more and more pathogens, when we're talking about bacteria, viruses, protozoa, that basically cause a lot of diseases, right? They are becoming more and more drug resistant. So the medicines that we are using have little to no effect on them because we've been using them for so long. And so a lot of funding is put into the drug discovery pipeline, and it takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of time to actually push new medicine out into the market. And so we thought, what if we just don't do this? What if we use the medicine that is already available in the market, that has already been approved or deemed as safe for human use, and what if we retarget them towards other diseases, right? And this could be really helpful in diseases that are not caused by bacteria, viruses, or any other pathogen, because there would be no concept of drug resistance in that case. And so my project dealt with exactly this. We tried to develop solutions for Parkinson's disease, for schizophrenia, for depression, and for Alzheimer's disease as well by targeting the protein that is linked in all of these disease pathways. And basically, what we were able to achieve through this drug repurposing project was to maybe invite further research into the field because we did not have any funding for the project. And so, if there were any research groups that had some funding behind them, maybe they could actually take this project to completion and um, take this project to the next stage, which would be the clinical trials, wherein they could use these FDA approved medications and actually test them out on animal models and possibly even human patients in the future.
All right. So if I
So
get it right, it wasn't a completed project, but something that definitely intrigues a very good thought out there, I think, in the market. I think getting an FDA approval itself is a whole new process, and that is time consuming on its own. So a good approach, and looking forward to actually, hear your name again out there, maybe with one of these projects, knowing that, something actually completed and got done. And I do see that passion, and I think that's why we are having this conversation today as well. But apart from research, there was also one more thing, a silver medal that you got under your undergrad years, which was again an impressive achievement. What does that recognition mean to you, and how has it influenced your approach to excel in this particular field?
So when I had just freshly joined my undergraduate program, I had watched this one talk wherein this one professional who had been in the field for several years, he basically gave just one line of advice to all students who were beginning their um, academic journey, which was to not focus on your achievements and your studies and your grades so much, but just discover, learn, and question. And that was the approach I had taken for all 3 years, all 6 semesters of my bachelor's program. And coupled with, working consistently every single day and studying as much as I could, I managed to land a silver medal whilst balancing my co-curricular responsibilities. I was also doing these projects on the side, and I was also involved in some extracurricular activities, which I would love to talk about later on in this talk. And yeah, it was incredible for me. I didn't realize that I'd worked so hard that I have actually managed to achieve a silver medal in my program for coming second. And I would love to keep this up for my masters as well, if possible, and possibly even earn a gold medal or a distinction.
That's a good aim, I would say. And one thing I will definitely take from the thing that you just said is discover, learn, question. I think that just doesn't go for science; it goes for marketing and every other field out there as well. Something we should, I think, imbibe in our everyday life as well. If we discover something, learn it or question it, and I think that's how we can move ahead, right? Apart from research, you've also been in, a lot of extracurricular activities like varsity table tennis. You've been a part of social impact projects, with the United Nations already. So how these experiences, complement your academic and professional pursuits right now?
So outside of academics, I'm really passionate about sports and volunteering as well. And this project, this opportunity with the United Nations came about um, through a program called the Millennium Fellowship, which is a partnership between the United Nations Academic Impact, a subsidiary of the United Nations, and the Millennium Campus Network. And with their help, I was able to learn the necessary skills needed in order to, create real, meaningful social impact. And that, alongside my sports pursuits, like varsity table tennis, basically where I represented the university's table tennis team for 2 years out of the 3 years that I was there at the university. They basically helped foster my, competitive spirit. The In order to always, improve and do better, and to always think about what I can do for the community, right? A lot of people tend to neglect what their community, their loved ones, their friends, their family, their peers do for them. And just taking a step back and reflecting on what you can do for the community will really help you, gain a fresh perspective on life and possibly help you focus more on your goals. So I would highly recommend for others to, also pursue volunteering if they haven't been doing so already, and try to just practice a sport that you're even remotely interested in. You don't have to think about it long term. Just taking the first few steps will really help you get your foot into the game. And who knows, maybe you could make your profile more well rounded, and it could also help you with your, career.
All right. Uh, Considering you moved to UK, right? You've just settled in. You're already into your new place. I see the tension there as well. I'm sure you've booked your accommodation with Amber, right? Apart from your academics, any sports that you've already got into? Anything that you're already doing?
Sorry, could you repeat
Any
that?
sports that you've enrolled in? Anything that you do apart from academics right now? Since you've just started off, I'm sure you're easing in right now.
Oh, yes. Actually, I have been looking into like part-time jobs and internships, but that is just my academic. That's just regarding academics and supporting my stay here in the UK. I did apply for a few clubs, and I've yet to hear back from them. I do play table tennis. I play a little bit of tennis, badminton, and chess as well. So hopefully, I do get a positive response from those clubs and societies. Apart from that, I have been, talking to a few sort of non-profits, if they have any space for volunteers, and I have positively heard back from three of them, and I'll be basically doing a more thorough investigation into which group would be the best fit for my interests and the maximum impact that I can give them. So hopefully that kind of sorts itself out in the next few weeks or so.
I definitely see your weekends getting packed after this. But just for students out there, who are maybe looking out for University of Glasgow as well, any top clubs apart from sports that you think they can join into?
I would highly recommend the students to apply for the Students Representative Council. It's not a club or a society per se, but more so the General Student Council that oversees all academic, extracurricular, co-curricular, and student affairs at the University of Glasgow. It is a very prestigious position where you get to meet a lot of hardworking, high-achieving people, and they might inspire you to, continue to push forward in your career as well. Apart from that, there are specific societies depending on which school you're going to. So there is currently no biomedical sciences society, but there is an infection and immunity society. And I did mention this on my profile, but I'm highly interested in these fields, and so I will be applying to this society as well, so that it can complement my academic journey really well. So mm, mm, apart from the student representative council, I'd highly encourage the students to actually research these societies and clubs themselves so that they can find the perfect fit, because even for just one specific in field, right, there can be 2 to 3 societies. For instance, for just fitness alone, there are like 4 to 5 different societies: yoga, bodybuilding, weightlifting, so on and so forth. So, some independent research is highly encouraged, but to all the prospective applicants to the University of Glasgow, I'd highly encourage you to apply for any of the vacancies at the Student Representative Council, which is the SRC.
All right. I'm sure, like since we're talking about University of Glasgow, and since you're one of their students right now, and that must have been your top university while you were searching. I'm sure you wanted to get into it. But someone who couldn't get into University of Glasgow, would you recommend maybe another 2 to 3 universities to them?
Specifically for biomedical sciences.
Yes.
Um, so I applied to a few other universities as well. So in my opinion, University of Bristol has a great program for those who couldn't get into the University of Glasgow. University of Sheffield has an excellent biological sciences department. Um, World-renowned faculty at University of Sheffield as well. So I'd highly recommend students to look into these 3 universities. Apart from that, there are a few other universities that with programs that are as good as University of Glasgow, but they are more prestigious and more competitive for students. So if they don't happen to get a seat in either of these universities, I would recommend them to look in another country, for instance, Australia or even the United States, which has an excellent cohort for biological sciences. It's many of its world-renowned universities.
You did say you were trying for Australia as well. That was one of your countries as well. Any recommendations for Australia?
Right. So actually, I did get into the University of Melbourne. Happens to be in the top 20 of all universities in the world. I had also gotten into University of Queensland, but the one university I would highly recommend, right, based on its um, graduation rate, based on the faculty, and based on the initiatives that the university is taking, specifically in biomedical sciences, the Australian National University would be a great choice for those who are interested in biomedical sciences but couldn't get into the University of Glasgow.
That's a great insight. I'm sure our students would be really happy to know that there are other options out there as well. If not one, then they have many more. Um, like just like you, right? The scholarship also aims to empower students around the world with other countries as well. So how do you plan to use this 5,000 scholarship as you continue with this particular field, in immunology and cancer, and how it will support your goals? And basically, what are you going to go ahead and do with it?
So as I've talked about in my profile, I'm really inspired by my father and brother's health struggles, and that's the main reason why I currently want to do a PhD in immunology and cancer. And the $5,000 scholarship will really help cushion the next few months, which would be crucial for my career as I look into potential internship opportunities with world class academics and research institutes here in Glasgow. And hopefully, this will help me get my foot in the door when it comes to, um, you know, engaging and networking within the scientific community. Because the more talented you are, the more opportunities you get, the more opportunities you will get in the future. That is kind of how it is with academics. You just need to get your foot in the door, and I'm positive that this scholarship will help me do exactly that.
Great. And, for our aspiring students as well, and especially in biomedical sciences or similar fields, right? What advice would you give them when they're applying for scholarships or, or pursuing any kind of research ambitions?
So the one thing I would recommend to students is to always take the extra step. They go that extra mile and do what you probably would have never even thought of doing. Now, for my case, this is particularly true because I had only discovered the scholarship, the Amber Scholar Scholarship, on the last day of the application window, which was I believe the 23rd of September. Um, and so I normally I would have just submitted a Word document as my SOP, but I wanted to take that extra mile and prepare a very meaningful and thoughtful presentation that puts my entire kind of academic journey, my goals into one compelling narrative. And it ultimately helped, it ultimately resulted in me winning the second place for $5,000. And so, what I would also recommend students to do is to try to put their entire sort of journey so far into one beautiful, meaningful story. You need to choose your words very carefully, and you need to put a lot of time into it. If you want to win a scholarship that thousands of students also apply to, and regarding their university journeys, I would simply recommend networking as much as possible, not just with your peers in your own department, but in other departments as well as the professors and other staff who are working at the university. It can do wonders for your career, and I wish I had done that from day one in my undergraduate.
That's inspiring enough, Karan. You did say you got to know about Amber Scholar on the very last day, and you were already racing with time. One thing I would actually like to appreciate here is your SOP. Your SOP did stand out. The design, the way you portrayed everything that you wanted to achieve was out there. So I think that that is a good effort put out there. But now I have another question. Saying that you were already on a time constraint over there. How did you manage your time to actually put that out and send it to us on time?
So luckily for me, I already had the SOP that I had designed to get into the University of Glasgow on hand. And if there is one thing you must know about me is that I always strive to put 100% of my effort into anything that I do. And so the SOP that I already had, the template SOP, was very close to what the actual or what my actual like story was. All I did was just trim down a few details, change few words so that the impact would be more. And a lot of my time just went into designing the slides themselves, right? Sourcing the images, choosing the right words, and yeah, the time constraint I could only manage because I had already done all of the work prior. Had I started from scratch, I'm positive I wouldn't have been able to submit it on time.
All right. What would you say are the best, few steps that you took when applying to the university or when applying to the scholarship?
So in the United Kingdom, they place a lot of emphasis on your grades. It is unfortunate, but it is the truth because I don't think that your grades can define your potential. But I believe that my grades really did stand out for the University of Glasgow, considering that I did get a response in 5 days of applying. But also, apart from that, my achievements have also had a play in this. So, like we talked about my social impact, whether it be my social impact project with the United Nations. And regarding the two projects in nanotechnology, I did take them to completion and I have published them as papers and they are currently available for free if you would like to look into those anytime in the future. And so all of these really, I believe, did tell my potential to the University of Glasgow, and that helped, make a positive decision for my application.
That's great. Lastly, I just have one last question for you. You did mention that Amber helped you find your accommodation as well. So while we helped you with scholarship, we helped you, ease out that journey from India to UK. You did also depend on us for the accommodation bit when it came to Glasgow. So how important has that support been, in your transition to studying in the UK? And how did you actually hear about Amber when it came to accommodation as well?
So I had heard about Amber organically. I was actually looking into different organizations that help find accommodation for international students, and I just heard about Amber through a simple Google search. And Amber has helped me immensely. The staff were really helpful when it came to finding the right place for me, and I can say that now is because the place I'm currently at has a wonderful community. It is full of students who are very supportive, who are very friendly, and who are equally as passionate about their respective fields as I am about biomedical science. And so I would say, like, if you are in need of an accommodation and you're starting your journey as an international student, I would highly recommend you to, book your place with Amber.
Would you like to tell us which room you've booked with Amber? Where exactly are you located at the moment?
Yes, I am living at Buchanan View, which is close to the Buchanan bus station in Glasgow. It is a very popular site for, it is a very popular hub for basically buses to travel in and out of Glasgow. And the room I'm staying at is a simple ensuite silver. So basically a room that has an attached bathroom with a common area for cooking and that sort of stuff. I live with a few other flatmates who are also wonderful, incredibly friendly. And I've really, I do feel that I have found my home away from home. And it has all been thanks to Amber's support.
Great. And I think that was something which you really defined last time we had a conversation with as well. I think you spoke to Mansi, and the first thing you said was you had a pizza party. So I think you defined it that you actually found a family away from, you're from India and a home away from home as well.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Right. That's great. Karan, actually, that's pretty much I have for you as well at the moment. So thank you again and congratulations, on winning the amount. I hope it really helps you out and you can go ahead and pursue all of the dreams and professional aspirations that you have. And thank you for sharing your journey and insights with us. This has been inspiring to hear about your dedication on the research front in biomedical. I've also learned a couple of things, and again, to repeat, discover, learning, and questioning. I think that's something I'm going to continue doing as well. So, thank you for that, and we wish you all the best for your continued success in research and studies going ahead.
Thank you so much, Joanna, Akansha, and the others. Thank you so much. Amber Scholar really has helped me, and I hope that this amount can help me, go forward in my career and help me achieve my goals. Thank you so much.
Definitely. We're still here if you need anything else. I think we have a couple of other offers and things. Amber is always out there to help out. So always reach out
You.
to us. You can reach out to me. You can it's just an email or a call away. Right?
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you so much, Karan, for sharing your journey and insights with us. Your dedication to biomedical research and your diverse experiences from academics to extracurriculars has been truly inspiring. We can't wait to see what future holds for you as you continue to innovate and make an impact in healthcare. For everyone watching, if you found this story inspiring and want to hear more about other Amber Scholar winners, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and share it with anyone who might be looking for their own scholarship opportunities. If you are passionate about making a difference in any field, whether it's biomedical research or beyond, keep working towards your goal, and who knows, you might be our next Amber Scholar. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.